Good evening, and welcome to Footnotes Folly. I am Professor Reginald St. John Pemberton, and tonight we attempt to summit the play that many call the greatest ever written, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. It is a long climb, so we give it to you complete and unabridged across 4 parts, in clear modern English, though the immortal speeches keep every word of their power, the plain rendering and the asides are my own. This is part 1. It begins on a freezing midnight rampart, where a ghost in armor, the very image of the lately dead king, walks and will not speak. Inside the warm castle, the dead king's brother Claudius has taken both the crown and the widowed queen, and only one man is not celebrating, young Prince Hamlet, dressed in mourning black, sick with grief and suspicion. And then the ghost speaks to Hamlet alone, and tells him a thing that will poison everything, that he was murdered by the smiling man now sitting on his throne. Watch a thoughtful young man handed an impossible command, revenge, and see what thinking does to it. Let us begin.
Francisco and Bernardo, 2 sentinels, enter on the platform before the castle at Elsinore. Who is there? No, answer me. Stop and identify yourself. Long live the king! Bernardo? Yes. You have come exactly on time. It has just struck 12. Go to bed, Francisco. Many thanks for relieving me. It is bitterly cold, and my heart feels heavy. Has your watch been quiet? Not even a mouse has moved. Well, good night. If you meet Horatio and Marcellus, my partners for this watch, tell them to hurry. Horatio and Marcellus enter. I think I hear them. Stop there. Who is it? Friends of this place, and loyal subjects of the Dane. Good night to you. Oh, farewell, honest soldier. Who has relieved you? Bernardo has taken my place. Good night to you. Francisco exits. Hello, Bernardo. Tell me, is Horatio there? A part of him is. Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus. Well, has this thing appeared again tonight? I have seen nothing. Horatio says it is only our imagination, and will not let himself believe anything about this dreadful sight that we have seen twice. So I asked him to come with us and watch through this night, so that if the apparition comes again, he can confirm what we have seen and speak to it. Nonsense, nonsense. It will not appear. Sit down for a while, and let us once again press upon your ears, guarded as they are against our story, what we have seen for the last 2 nights. Well, let us sit down, and let us hear Bernardo speak of it. Last night, when that same star west of the pole had moved along its course to light that part of heaven where it now burns, Marcellus and I, as the bell was striking one. Quiet. Stop. Look where it comes again. The ghost enters. In the same shape like the king who is dead. You are a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio. Does it not look like the king? Look at it, Horatio. Very much like him. It fills me with fear and wonder. It should be spoken to. Question it, Horatio. What are you that claim this hour of night, wearing the fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark once marched? By heaven, I command you, speak. It is offended. See, it is stalking away. Stay. Speak, speak. I command you, speak. The ghost exits. It is gone and will not answer. What now, Horatio? You are trembling and pale. Is this not something more than fantasy? What do you think of it? Before my God, I could not have believed this without the clear and certain proof of my own eyes. Is it not like the king? As much as you are like yourself. That was the very armor he wore when he fought the ambitious Norway. That was how he frowned once, when in angry negotiation he struck the sledded poleaxe on the ice. It is strange. Twice before, at exactly this dead hour, he has passed our watch with that warlike stride. I do not know what particular thought to make of it, but in the broad scope of my opinion, this foretells some strange disturbance to our state. Please sit down and tell me, if you know, why this strict and careful watch so wears out the people of the land every night, why cannons are being cast in bronze every day, why foreign markets are being searched for weapons of war, why shipwrights are pressed into such harsh labor that Sunday is no different from the rest of the week. What may be coming, that the sweating haste makes night work together with day? Who can inform me? And at least as the rumor goes. Our last king, whose image just now appeared to us, was challenged to combat by Fortinbras of Norway, driven on by a proud rivalry. In that combat our valiant Hamlet, as this side of the known world esteemed him, killed this Fortinbras, who by a sealed agreement, properly confirmed by law and heraldry, forfeited with his life all the lands he possessed to the conqueror. Against those lands, our king had pledged a matching portion, which would have gone to Fortinbras by inheritance if he had won. By the same covenant and the written terms, his portion fell to Hamlet. Now, sir, young Fortinbras, raw in judgment, but hot and full of courage, has gathered along the edges of Norway a list of lawless desperate men, hired for food and pay to undertake some bold enterprise. And that enterprise, as it appears clearly to our state, is nothing other than to recover from us by force and compulsion those lands his father lost. This, I take it, is the chief reason for our preparations, the source of this watch, and the main cause of all this hurried searching and arming in the land. I think it can be nothing else but that. It makes sense that this ominous figure comes armed through our watch, looking so like the king who was and still is the cause of these wars. It is a speck that troubles the mind's eye. In Rome's highest and most flourishing state, shortly before the mighty Julius fell, graves stood empty, and the shrouded dead squeaked and babbled in the Roman streets. Stars trailed fire, blood fell like dew, there were disasters in the sun, and the moon, whose influence governs Neptune's empire, was almost sick with an eclipse like doomsday. Similar warnings of fierce events, like messengers running before fate and a prologue to the omen approaching, have been shown by heaven and earth to our climates and our countrymen. The ghost re-enters. But softly, look. There it comes again. I will cross its path, though it blast me. Stay, Lucian! If you have any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there is any good thing to be done that may bring ease to you and honor to me, speak to me. If you know some secret of your country's fate that, by being known in time, might perhaps be avoided, oh, speak. Or if in your life you buried stolen treasure in the earth, for which, they say, spirits often walk after death, speak of it. Stay and speak. The cock crows. Stop it, Marcellus. Shall I strike at it with my spear? Do, if it will not stand still. It is here. It is here. The ghost exits. It is gone. We wrong it, since it is so majestic, by even showing violence toward it. It is like air, invulnerable, and our useless blows are only a wicked mockery. It was about to speak when the cock crowed, and then it started like a guilty thing summoned by a fearful call. I have heard that the cock, the trumpet of the morning, with his high and piercing throat wakes the god of day, and at his warning, whether in sea, fire, earth, or air, every wandering spirit hurries back to its bounds. What we just saw proves there is truth in that. It faded when the cock crowed. Some say that whenever the season approaches in which our Saviour's birth is celebrated, the bird of dawn sings all night long. Then, they say, no spirit dares stir abroad. The nights are wholesome. No planets strike. No fairy curses. No witch has power to charm. So holy and gracious is that time. So I have heard, and in part believe it. But look, morning, dressed in a reddish mantle, walks over the dew on that high hill to the east. Let us end our watch, and by my advice, let us tell young Hamlet what we have seen tonight, for on my life this spirit, silent to us, will speak to him. Do you agree that we should inform him of it, as our love requires and our duty fits? Let us do it, I pray you, and this morning I know where we can find him most conveniently. They exit. Claudius, king of Denmark, enters with Gertrude the queen, Hamlet, Polonius, Laertes, Voltimand, Cornelius, lords and attendants. Though the memory of our dear brother Hamlet's death is still fresh, and though it would have suited us to carry grief in our hearts and have the whole kingdom wear one face of sorrow, wisdom has so far struggled with nature that we remember him with prudent sadness, and also remember ourselves. Therefore our former sister, now our queen, the imperial partner in this warlike state, we have taken as our wife, with a kind of defeated joy, with one eye bright and one eye tearful, with mirth at a funeral and mourning at a wedding, weighing delight and grief in equal balance. Nor have we acted without your better judgment, which has freely gone along with this affair. For all of that our thanks. Now, as you know, young Fortinbras, making a poor estimate of our strength, or thinking that because of our dear brother's recent death our state is broken and out of order, has joined the stream of advantage to his ambition, and has not failed to trouble us with messages demanding the surrender of those lands his father lost, by lawful agreement, to our most valiant brother. So much for him. Now for ourselves, and for the purpose of this meeting. This is the business. We have written here to Norway, uncle of young Fortinbras, who is weak and bedridden and scarcely knows his nephew's purpose, asking him to stop his further action in this matter, since the soldiers, lists, and full numbers are all drawn from his own subjects. We now send you, good Cornelius, and you, Voltimand, to carry this greeting to old Norway. You are given no further personal authority to deal with the king than what is allowed in these written articles. Farewell, and let your speed prove your duty. In that, and in all things, we will show our duty. We do not doubt it. Farewell with all our heart. Voltimand and Cornelius leave. And now, Laertes, what news from you? You told us you had some request. What is it, Laertes? You cannot make a reasonable request of the Dane, and lose your voice. What would you ask, Laertes, that I will not offer before you need to ask? The head is not more naturally joined to the heart, nor the hand more useful to the mouth, than the throne of Denmark is to your father. What do you want, Laertes? My honored lord, I ask your permission and favor to return to France. I came willingly from there to Denmark to show my duty at your coronation, but now, I must confess, that duty being done, my thoughts and wishes turn back toward France, and they bow before your gracious leave and pardon. Do you have your father's permission? What does Polonius say? He has, my lord. By hard and persistent pleading, he wrung my slow permission from me, and at last I sealed my reluctant consent to his wish. I beg you, give him leave to go. Choose your own fair time, Laertes. Let time be yours, and spend your best qualities with it as you wish. But now, my cousin Hamlet, and my son, a little more than kin, and less than kind. Why do the clouds still hang over you? Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun. Good Hamlet, put off your dark color, and let your eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever look down with veiled lids, searching for your noble father in the dust. You know it is common. Everything that lives must die, passing through nature into eternity. Yes, madam, it is common. If it is, why does it seem so particular to you? Seem, madam? No, it is. I do not know seems. It is not only my black cloak, good mother, nor the usual suits of solemn black, nor foresighs of breath, no, nor the flowing river in the eye, nor the downcast behavior of the face, together with all the shapes, moods, and shows of grief that can truly describe me. These things indeed seem, because they are actions a man might play, but I have within me something beyond show. These are only the trappings and clothing of sorrow. It is sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know that your father lost a father. That father, when he lost him, lost his own, and the survivor is bound by a son's duty to perform sorrow for a time. But to persist in stubborn mourning is a course of impious obstinacy. It is unmanly grief. It shows a will not properly submitted to heaven, a heart unfortified, an impatient mind, a simple and untaught understanding. Since what we know must be, and is as common as anything our senses know, why should we, in childish opposition, take it so deeply to heart? Shame on it. It is a fault against heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault against nature, and most absurd to reason, whose common theme is the death of fathers, and which has cried from the first corpse until the man who died today, this must be so. We ask you to throw this useless sorrow to the earth, and think of us as a father. For let the world take note, you are the nearest heir to our throne, and with no less noble love than the dearest father bears his son, I offer myself to you. As for your intention of going back to school in Wittenberg, it is very much against our desire. We beg you bend yourself to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our sight, our chief courtier, cousin, and son. Do not let your mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I beg you stay with us. Do not go to Wittenberg. I shall obey you in all my best ways, madam. Why, that is a loving and fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Madam, come. This gentle and unforced agreement of Hamlet's smiles upon my heart. In honor of it, no joyful health that Denmark drinks today shall pass without the great cannon telling it to the clouds, and the king's drinking pledge shall make heaven echo again, repeating earthly thunder. Come away. All leave except Hamlet. Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and dissolve itself into dew. Or that the everlasting had not set his law against self-slaughter. O God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable all the uses of this world seem to me. Shame on it, oh shame! It is an unweeded garden gone to seed. Rank and gross things in nature possess it completely. That it should come to this. A 2 months dead, no, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king, compared with this one like Hyperion to a satyr, so loving to my mother that he would not allow the winds of heaven to visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember? She would hang on him as if appetite grew by what it fed on, and yet, within a month let me not think of it. Frailty, your name is woman. A little month before those shoes were old in which she followed my poor father's body like Niobe, all tears. Why, even she, O God, a beast that lacks reasoning speech, would have mourned longer married my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I am like Hercules. Within a month, before the salt of her most unrighteous tears had left the redness in her sore eyes, she married. O most wicked speed, to rush so skilfully to incestuous sheets! It is not and cannot come too good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. Horatio, Marcellus, and Barnardo enter. Greetings to your lordship. I am glad to see you well. Horatio, unless I forget myself. The same, my lord, and your humble servant forever. Sir, my good friend, I will exchange that title with you. And what brings you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcellus? My good lord. I am very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. But truly, what brings you from Wittenberg? A truant disposition, good my lord. I would not hear your enemies say so, and you shall not do my ear the violence of making it believe your own report against yourself. I know you are no truant. But what is your business in Elsinore? We will teach you to drink deeply before you leave. My lord, I came to see your father's funeral. Please do not mock me, fellow student. He was to see my mother's wedding. Indeed, my lord, it followed very close upon it. Thrift, Horatio. The baked meats from the funeral coldly furnished the wedding tables. I wish I had met my dearest enemy in heaven before I had ever seen that day, Horatio. My father, I think I see my father. Where, my lord? In my mind's eye, Horatio. I saw him once. He was a noble king. He was a man taken all in all. I shall not look upon his like again. My lord, I think I saw him last night. Saw? Whom? My lord, the king your father. The king my father. Temper your amazement for a while with an attentive ear, until I can deliver this marvel to you on the testimony of these gentlemen. For God's love, let me hear. For 2 nights together, these gentlemen, Marcellus and Barnardo, while on watch in the dead and middle waste of night, met with this. A figure like your father, armed exactly from head to foot, appeared before them, and with solemn march passed slowly and stately by them. 3 times he walked before their oppressed in fear, struck eyes, within the length of his staff, while they, almost turned to jelly by fear, stood dumb and did not speak to him. They told this to me in fearful secrecy, and on the third night I kept watch with them. There, just as they had reported in time, form, and every detail, the apparition came. I knew your father. These hands are not more alike. But where was this? My lord, on the platform where we stand watch. Did you not speak to it? My lord, I did, but it gave no answer. Yet once I thought it lifted its head and prepared itself to move, as if it would speak. But just then the morning cock crowed loudly, and at the sound it shrank away in haste and vanished from our sight. It is very strange. As I live, my honored lord, it is true, and we thought it written into our duty to let you know of it. Indeed, indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Do you keep watch tonight? We do, my lord. Armed, you say? Armed, my lord. From top to toe? My lord, from head to foot. Then you did not see his face? Oh yes, my lord. He had his visor raised. What, did he look stern? His expression was more sorrowful than angry. Pale, or red? No, very pale. And he fixed his eyes on you? Most steadily. I wish I had been there. It would have greatly amazed you. Very likely, very likely. Did it stay long? As long as someone, counting at moderate speed, might count to 100. Longer, longer. Not when I saw it. His beard was grizzled, was it not? It was, as I saw it in his life, dark with silver in it. I will watch tonight. Perhaps it will walk again. I warrant you it will. If it takes my noble father's form, I will speak to it, though hell itself should open and command me to be silent. I ask you all, if you have kept this sight hidden until now, keep it still in your silence. And whatever else may happen tonight, give it understanding, but no tongue. I will repay your love. So farewell. On the platform between 11 and 12, I will visit you. Our duty to your honor. Your love is mine to you. Farewell. Horatio, Marcellus, and Barnardo leave. My father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I suspect some foul play. I wish the night were come. Until then, be still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise to men's eyes, though all the earth overwhelm them. Hamlet exits. Laertes and Ophelia enter a room in Polonius's house. My things are already aboard. Farewell. And sister, whenever the winds are favorable and the ship has escort, do not be idle. Let me hear from you. Do you doubt that I will? As for Hamlet and his playful favor, think of it as a fashion, a passing impulse in his blood, a violet in the springtime of youth, early but not lasting, sweet but not enduring, the scent and pleasure of a moment, no more. No more than that? Think of it as no more. As nature grows, it does not grow only in muscle and size. As the body matures, the service of the mind and soul grows wider too. Perhaps he loves you now, and perhaps no stain or deceit corrupts the honesty of his intention. But you must fear this: when you weigh his rank, his will is not his own. He is bound by his birth. He cannot choose for himself as ordinary people do, because on his choice depends the safety and well-being of this whole state. Therefore his choice must be limited by the consent and judgment of the body of Denmark, of which he is the head. So if he says he loves you, wisdom allows you to believe it only as far as his own position lets him turn words into deeds, and that is no farther than the public voice of Denmark will allow. Then consider what loss your honor may suffer if you listen too trustingly to his songs, or give away your heart, or open your chaste treasure to his uncontrolled pleading. Fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister. Keep your affection behind the lines, out of the shock and danger of desire. The most guarded maid is generous enough if she lets her beauty be seen even by the moon. Virtue itself cannot escape slanderous blows. Worms often spoil the young flowers of spring before their buds have opened, and in the fresh dewy morning of youth, contagious blasts are most dangerous. Be wary then. The best safety lies in caution. Youth rebels against itself, even when no one else is near. I shall keep the meaning of this good lesson as a watchman over my heart. But, good brother, do not be like some graceless pastors who show me the steep and thorny road to heaven while they themselves, like puffed up and reckless libertines, walk the primrose path of pleasure and ignore their own advice. Oh, do not fear that for me. I have stayed too long. But here comes my father. Polonius enters. A double blessing is a double grace. Chance smiles on a second farewell. Still here, Laertes? Aboard, aboard, for shame. The wind is already filling your sail, and they are waiting for you. There, my blessing go with you. Keep these few rules written in your memory. Do not give every thought a voice, nor turn any rash thought into action. Be friendly, but never common. The friends you have, once you have tested their loyalty, fasten them to your soul with hoops of steel. But do not wear out your welcome by entertaining every newly hatched, untried companion. Beware of entering a quarrel, but once you are in one, conduct yourself so that your opponent will beware of you. Give every man your ear, but few your voice. Hear every man's judgment, but reserve your own. Dress as richly as your purse can afford, but not in showy fashion. Rich, not gaudy. Clothing often proclaims the man, and in France the people of the highest rank are especially careful and noble in that respect. Be neither a borrower nor a lender, for a loan often loses both itself and the friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of thrift. This above all, be true to your own self. Then it must follow, as night follows day, that you cannot be false to any man. Farewell. May my blessing make these words grow in you. Most humbly, my lord, I take my leave. The time calls you. Go, your servants are waiting. Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you. It is locked in my memory, and you yourself shall keep the key to it. Farewell. Laertes exits. What is it, Ophelia, that he said to you? If it please you, something concerning the Lord Hamlet. Ah, well remembered. I have been told that he has very often lately spent private time with you, and that you have been very free and generous in giving him your company. If that is so, as I am told in warning, I must tell you that you do not understand yourself as clearly as my daughter and your honor require. What is between you? Give me the truth. My lord, lately he has made many offers of affection to me. Affection? Pooh! You speak like an inexperienced girl, untested in such dangerous circumstances. Do you believe his offers, as you call them? I do not know, my lord, what I should think. Then I will teach you. Think yourself a child for having taken these offers as true payment when they are not real coin. Value yourself more dearly, or not to strain this poor word-play too far, you will offer me a fool. My lord, he has pressed me with love in an honorable manner. Yes, manner is what you may call it. Go on, go on. And my lord, he has supported his words with almost every holy vow of heaven. Yes, snares to catch foolish birds. I know that when the blood burns, the soul extravagantly lends the tongue its vows. These blazes, daughter, give more light than heat. Indeed, they lose both even while they are being promised. You must not take them for true fire. From now on, be more sparing with your maiden presence. Set a higher price on your company than a mere command to talk. As for Lord Hamlet, believe this much about him. He is young, and he may walk with a longer tether than you may be allowed. In short, Ophelia, do not believe his vows. They are brokers, not as honest as their fine clothing makes them seem, but mere go-betweens for unholy desires, speaking like sanctified and pious pimps in order to deceive more successfully. This is all. In plain terms, from this time forward I do not want you to waste any moment of leisure so badly as to exchange words or conversation with the Lord Hamlet. See to it, I command you. Come along. I shall obey, my lord. They exit. Hamlet, Horatio, and Marcellus enter on the platform in the bitter night air. The air bites sharply. It is very cold. It is a cutting, piercing cold. What time is it now? I think it is not yet 12. No, it has struck. Has it? I did not hear it. Then the hour is near when the spirit usually walks. A flourish of trumpets sounds, and cannon fire is heard within. What does this mean, my lord? The king is awake tonight, drinking deep, keeping a noisy feast, and dancing in drunken swagger. As he drains his cups of Rhine wine, the kettledrum and trumpet blare out the triumph of each pledge he drinks. Is that the custom? Yes, it is. And in my opinion, though I was born here and raised in this way, it is a custom more honored by breaking it than by keeping it. This heavy, stupid revelry makes other nations slander us from east to west. They call us drunkards and stain our name with filthy, swinish words. And indeed, it strips away the strength and worth of our achievements, however greatly they are performed. So it often happens with individual men, because of some natural flaw in them, perhaps from birth, for which they are not guilty, since no one chooses his own origin, or because some temperament grows too strong and breaks down the walls and defenses of reason, or because some habit too deeply corrupts the appearance of acceptable behavior. These men carry the mark of one defect, whether it is nature's livery or fortune's brand. Though all their other virtues may be as pure as grace, and as limitless as any man can bear, public judgment will still corrupt them because of that one fault. A small drop of evil can bring scandal and the whole noble substance. Look, my lord, it comes. The ghost enters. Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Whether you are a healing spirit or a damned goblin, whether you bring air from heaven or blasts from hell, whether your purpose is wicked or kind, you come in such a form that demands questions, and I will speak to you. I will call you Hamlet, King Father, Royal Dane. Answer me. Do not let me burst with ignorance. Tell me why your holy bones, buried in death, have torn open their shrouds, why the tomb where we saw you quietly laid has opened its heavy marble jaws to throw you out again. What can this mean, that you, a dead body, armed again from head to foot, return like this under the moonlight, making the night hideous, and making us, poor fools of nature, shake so terribly with thoughts beyond the reach of our souls? Say why? For what reason? What should we do? The ghost beckons Hamlet. It is calling you to go away with it, as if it wants to tell you something alone. See how courteously it waves you toward a more distant place. But do not go with it. No, by no means. It will not speak, so I will follow it. Do not, my lord. Why? What should I fear? I value my life at less than a pin. And as for my soul, what can it do to that, since my soul is immortal as it is? It waves me on again. I will follow it. What if it tempts you toward the sea, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff that overhangs its base above the water, and there takes on some other horrible form that could rob your mind of reason and draw you into madness? Think of that. The place itself, without any other cause, puts desperate fancies into any mind that looks down so many fathoms to the sea and hears it roar below. It still waves me on. Go ahead. I will follow you. You shall not go, my lord. Take your hands off me. Be guided by us. You shall not go. My fate cries out, and makes every small artery in this body as strong as the sinews of the Nemean lion. The ghost beckons. I am still being called. Let go of me, gentlemen. Hamlet breaks free from them. By heaven, I will make a ghost of anyone who holds me back. I said, away. Go on. I will follow you. The ghost and Hamlet exit. His imagination is making him desperate. Let us follow. It is not right to obey him in this. Go after him. What will this lead to? Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Heaven will guide it. No, let us follow him. They exit. The ghost leads Hamlet to a more remote part of the castle. Where are you leading me? Speak. I will go no farther. Listen to me. I will. My hour is almost here, when I must return to sulphurous and tormenting flames. Alas, poor ghost. Do not pity me. Give your serious attention to what I am about to reveal. Speak. I am bound to hear you. And you are bound to take revenge once you hear. What? I am your father's spirit, doomed for a certain time to walk by night, and by day to be confined and tormented in fire, until the foul crimes I committed in life are burned and purged away. If I were not forbidden to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could unfold a tale whose lightest word would tear up your soul, freeze your young blood, make your eyes leap from their sockets like stars from their spheres, part every lock of your hair, and make each single strand stand upright like quills on an angry porcupine. But this eternal proclamation must not be made to ears of flesh and blood. Listen, listen, oh, listen. If you ever loved your dear father, oh God. Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Murder! Murder is always most foul, even at its least, but this was most foul, strange, and unnatural. Hurry and tell me, so that with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love, I may fly to my revenge. I find you ready. You would be duller than the fat weed that rots in idleness on Lee's shore if this did not move you. Now, Hamlet, hear me. It is reported that, while I was sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark has been grossly deceived by a false account of my death. But know this, noble youth, the serpent that stung your father's life now wears his crown. O my prophetic soul! My uncle! Yes, that incestuous, adulterous beast, with the witchcraft of his cunning and with treacherous gifts, O wicked cunning and wicked gifts, that have such power to seduce. Won to his shameful lust the will of my queen, who seemed so virtuous. O Hamlet, what a fall that was, from me, whose love was so honourable that it went hand in hand with the vow I made to her in marriage, down to a wretch whose natural qualities were poor beside mine. But as virtue will not be moved, though lust courts it in the shape of heaven, so lust, though joined to a radiant angel, will satisfy itself in a heavenly bed and feed on filth. But hush! I think I smell the morning air, so I must be brief. Sleeping in my orchard, as was always my afternoon custom, your uncle stole upon me in my unguarded hour with a vial of cursed Hebanon juice, and poured its diseased poison into the passages of my ears. Its effect is so hostile to human blood that, swift as quicksilver, it runs through all the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with sudden force thickens and curdles the thin, healthy blood, like sour drops poured into milk. So it did to mine. At once a most foul scab spread over me, like leprosy, with vile and loathsome crust covering all my smooth body. Thus, while I slept by a brother's hand, I was deprived at once of life, crown, and queen, cut off in the very blossom of my sins, without confession, without preparation, without the last rites, no account settled, but sent to judgment with all my imperfections on my head. Oh horrible! Oh horrible! Most horrible! If you have nature in you, do not endure it. Do not let the royal bed of Denmark become a couch for lust and damned incest. But however you pursue this act, do not corrupt your mind, and do not let your soul plot anything against your mother. Leave her to heaven, and to the thorns lodged in her own breast, to prick and sting her. Farewell at once. The glowworm shows that morning is near, and begins to dim its useless fire. Farewell, farewell, farewell. Remember me. The ghost exits. O all you hosts of heaven! O earth! What else? Shall I join hell to them? O shame! Hold firm my heart, and you my sinews, do not grow old in an instant, but hold me strongly upright. Remember you? Yes, poor ghost, as long as memory has a seat in this distracted globe. Remember you? Yes. From the tablet of my memory, I will wipe away every trivial, foolish record, every saying from books, every form, every past impression that youth and observation copied there, and your command alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with lesser matter. Yes, by heaven! O most destructive woman! O villain, villain, smiling, damned villain! My notebook. It is fitting that I write this down. One may smile and be a villain. At least I am sure it can be so in Denmark. Hamlet writes. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my watchword. Farewell, farewell, remember me. I have sworn it. My lord, my lord. Lord Hamlet. Heaven protect him. So be it. Hello, ho, ho, my lord. Hello, ho, ho, boy. Come, bird, come. Horatio and Marcellus enter. How is it, my noble lord? What news, my lord? Oh, wonderful. Good my lord, tell us. No, you will reveal it. Not I, my lord, by heaven. Nor I, my lord. What do you say, then? Would any human heart have thought it? That you will keep it secret? Yes, by heaven, my lord. There is not a villain living in all Denmark who is not a complete scoundrel. No ghost needed to come from the grave, my lord, to tell us that. Why, right, you are right. So, without any more ceremony, I think it best that we shake hands and part. You do whatever your business and desire direct you, for every man has business and desire, such as it is. And as for my poor part, look you, I will go pray. These are only wild and whirling words, my lord. I am sorry they offend you truly, yes, truly. There is no offence, my lord. Yes, by St. Patrick, there is, Horatio, and much offence too. As for this vision here, it is an honest ghost, let me tell you. As for your desire to know what passed between us, master that desire as best you can. And now, good friends, since you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, grant me one poor request. What is it, my lord? We will. Never make known what you have seen tonight. My lord, we will not. No, swear it. In faith, my lord, not I. Nor I, my lord, in faith. Upon my sword. We have already sworn, my lord. Indeed, upon my sword, indeed. Swear. Ha ha, boy, do you say so? Are you there, true fellow? Come on, you hear this man in the cellar below. Agree to swear. State the oath, my lord. Never speak of what you have seen. Swear by my sword. Swear. Here and everywhere. Then we will change our ground. Come here, gentlemen, and lay your hands again upon my sword. Never speak of what you have heard. Swear by my sword. Swear. Well said, old mole. Can you work through the earth so fast? A worthy miner. Move once more, good friends. O day and night, this is wondrous strange. Then welcome it as you would a stranger. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamed of in your philosophy. But come. Here, as before, swear never, so help you mercy, that however strange or odd I may behave, as perhaps from now on I may think fit to put on an antic disposition, that when you see me at such times, you will never, with folded arms like this, or with this shake of the head, or by saying some doubtful phrase such as well, we know, or we could, if we would, or if we chose to speak, or there are some who might, if they could, or any such ambiguous hinting, reveal that you know anything about me. Do not do this. So may grace and mercy help you in your greatest need. Swear. Swear. Rest, rest, troubled spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love I commend myself to you. Whatever so poor a man as Hamlet can do to show his love and friendship to you, God willing, shall not be lacking. Let us go in together, and still keep your fingers on your lips, I pray. Time is out of joint. Oh, curse spite, that I was ever born to set it right. Come, let us go together. They exit. Polonius and Rinaldo enter a room in Polonius's house. Give him this money and these letters, Rinaldo. I will, my lord. You will be doing a very wise thing, good Rinaldo, if before you visit him you ask around about his behavior. My lord, I intended to do that. But very good. Listen, sir. First find out what Danes are in Paris, who they are, how they live, what means they have, where they stay, what company they keep, and how much they spend. When by circling around with these questions, you discover that they know my son, then come closer than your direct questions would allow. Speak as if you know him only distantly, like this. I know his father and his friends, and partly him. Do you follow me, Rinaldo? Yes, very well, my lord. And partly him, you may say, but not well. Still, if he is the man I mean, he is rather wild, given to this and that. Then lay on him whatever inventions you please, but none so foul that they would dishonor him. Be careful of that. Only such loose, wild, ordinary slips as are commonly known companions of youth and freedom. Such as gambling, my lord? Yes, or drinking, fencing, swearing, quarreling, visiting prostitutes. You may go that far. My lord, that would dishonor him. No, truly, not if you season the accusation properly. You must not put such a scandal on him as to make him seem openly corrupt. That is not what I mean. But breathe his faults so delicately that they seem like the stains of freedom, the flash and outbreak of a fiery mind, the roughness of young blood not yet tamed, things that commonly attack young men. But my good lord, why should you do this? Yes, my lord, I would like to know that. Well, sir, here is my purpose, and I believe it is a reliable trick. When you put these slight stains on my son, as if they were small marks picked up in passing, notice this. The person you are speaking with, the one you mean to test, if he has ever seen the young man you are hinting at guilty of the faults you named, be sure he will join with you in this conclusion. Good sir, or friend, or gentleman, depending on the phrase and title customary to the man and his country. Very good, my lord. And then, sir, he does what was I about to say? By the mass, I was about to say something. Where did I leave off? At join with you in this conclusion, at friend or so, and gentlemen. At join with you in this conclusion, yes indeed. He joins with you like this, I know the gentleman. I saw him yesterday, or the other day, or then with such and such people, and as you say, there he was gambling, there he was overtaken with drink, there he was falling out at tennis. Or perhaps I saw him go into such a house of sale, that is, a brothel, or something of that sort. Do you see now? Your bait of falsehood catches this fish of truth. And so we, with wisdom and reach, by roundabout turns and slanting trials, find direct truths by indirect means. In the same way, following my lesson and advice, you shall find out, my son. You understand me, do you not? My lord, I do. God be with you. Farewell. Good my lord. Observe his inclinations for yourself. I shall, my lord. And let him go on with his music. Very well, my lord. Farewell. Rinaldo exits. Ophelia enters. What is it, Ophelia? What is the matter? Alas, my lord, I have been terribly frightened. By what, in the name of God? My lord, as I was sewing in my room, Lord Hamlet came before me with his jacket all undone, no hat on his head, his stockings dirty, ungartered, and hanging down around his ankles, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking together, and with a look so pitiful in its meaning that it seemed as if he had been released from hell, to speak of horrors. Mad for you, love? My lord, I do not know, but truly I fear it. What did he say? He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then he moved back to the full length of his arm, and with his other hand held like this over his brow, he studied my face as if he meant to draw it. He stayed that way a long time. At last, after a little shaking of my arm, and 3 times nodding his head up and down like this, he gave a sigh so pitiful and deep that it seemed to break his whole body and end his life. Then he let me go, and with his head turned back over his shoulder, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for he went out through the doors without using them, and to the very last kept their light fixed on me. Come, go with me. I will seek the king. This is the true madness of love, whose violent nature destroys itself and drives the will to desperate actions as strongly as any passion under heaven that afflicts our nature. I am sorry. What, have you spoken harshly to him lately? No, my good lord. But as you commanded, I refused his letters and denied him access to me. That has made him mad. I am sorry I did not watch him with better care and judgment. I feared he was only trifling with you and meant to ruin you. But curse my suspicion. It seems as natural for people of our age to overreach in our opinions as it is common for younger people to lack discretion. Come, let us go to the king. This must be known. Keeping it secret might bring more grief than speaking of love would bring hatred. They exit.
And there we will pause. Hamlet knows the worst now, his uncle is a murderer, and the ghost demands revenge. But Hamlet is no simple avenger, he is the most thoughtful man in all of literature, and thought, as we shall see, is both his glory and his curse. He resolves to feign madness to buy time and learn the truth. Next time, in part 2, Spies, Players, and the most famous speech in the English language. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.